I want to be clear. I'm not here to defend Ronald Araújo. I'm not here to make excuses for mistakes. I'm not here to pretend recent performances don't matter. What I'm here to do is remind you of something we seem to forget far too easily in football: context, memory, and respect. Because right now, Ronald Araújo is being torn apart. Social media is relentless. The memes are cruel. The criticism is loud. And some of it, maybe, comes from a real place. But somewhere between the trolling and the trending topics, we've lost sight of who this man actually is and what he's already done for this club. And here's something we rarely talk about: the human cost of this kind of pressure. When a player faces relentless criticism, when every mistake is magnified and every contribution is forgotten, something breaks inside. We, as fans, we play a part in that. Every comment, every meme, every moment we choose cruelty over support. Let me take you back, not far, just a few years, to a time when Barcelona wasn't the glamorous giant you see today. This was the post-Messi era, the financial collapse. The club was drowning in debt, hemorrhaging talent, and desperately trying to rebuild an identity from the ruins. The defense was a disaster. We were conceding goals like it was a hobby. There was no structure, no fear factor, no presence at the back. And into that chaos walked a young Uruguayan who didn't care about the noise. He cared about the badge. Ronald Araújo didn't arrive with fanfare. He wasn't a €100 million signing. He was a quiet warrior from the B team who earned his place through blood, sweat, and an almost terrifying will to win. And when Barcelona needed someone to stand up, when they needed a leader in the most unstable period in modern club history, Araujo became exactly that. He wasn't just good, he was essential. Let me give you the numbers. During the 2022-23 La Liga title-winning season, Araujo made over 100 tackles and interceptions combined. His aerial duel success rate was above 70%, elite level for any defender in Europe. In the matches he started, Barcelona's win percentage was significantly higher than when he didn't. The defensive record spoke for itself. Clean sheets became normal again. That's not opinion, that's data. Under Xavi Hernandez, during that unforgettable campaign, Araujo was the spine of a defense that finally started to look solid again. He was the one marking the best strikers out of games. He was the one recovering balls that seemed impossible to reach. He was the one throwing his body on the line, match after match, with zero hesitation. His recovery speed, clocked among the fastest in La Liga, turned what should have been goals into corner kicks. His physicality made world-class forwards look ordinary. And in the Clásicos, when it mattered most, Araujo was a wall. Real Madrid's attackers knew his name. They felt his presence. He didn't just compete, he dominated. He reminded everyone what it meant to wear that Blaugrana shirt with pride and fight in your heart. But it wasn't just the defending. Let me remind you of the goals, the headers, the last-minute heroics. That towering header against Celta Vigo that secured vital points. That crucial goal against Real Betis when the team was struggling. That header in the dying minutes against Osasuna that kept Barcelona's title hopes alive. Araujo has scored crucial goals, the kind that don't just win matches, but save seasons. He's been there in moments when the team needed a spark, and he delivered it with his head, his heart, and his courage. He saved us in the back and rescued us in attack. How many players can you say that about? And through it all, through every battle, every injury, every difficult moment, Ronald Araújo never complained. He never spoke badly about the club. He never disrespected the badge. He never demanded a move or created drama. He just worked. He just fought. He just gave everything. So yes, let's talk about the criticism, the red cards. There have been disciplinary issues. A red card against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League quarterfinal that cost Barcelona dearly. Another against Shakhtar Donetsk. Moments of poor judgment that hurt the team. Maybe recent form hasn't been at that elite level we saw in his prime. Maybe there have been mistakes in positioning, in decision-making. I'm not denying that. Football is a results business, and when you don't perform, people will talk. That's fair. But here's what's not fair. The speed at which we turn heroes into villains. The ease with which we forget what someone has already sacrificed. The cruelty of dragging a player's name through the mud as if the good years never happened. As if 150-plus appearances for this club mean nothing. As if being a vice-captain means nothing. As if the countless points he directly contributed to earning just vanish. Araujo isn't asking for blind loyalty. He's not asking you to ignore his errors. But he deserves more than this. He deserves the same energy we gave him when he was saving us. He deserves recognition for the years he stood tall when this club was on its knees. Because this is FC Barcelona, más que un club, more than a club. And if those words mean anything, they mean standing by the people who bled for this shirt. They mean remembering. They mean showing the kind of character we demand from our players. It means understanding that Araujo has never, not once, disrespected our badge or spoken ill of our club. That loyalty deserves loyalty in return. You don't have to defend every performance, but you do have to respect the contribution. You do have to acknowledge the sacrifice. And you do have to ask yourself what kind of fan you want to be. The kind who only celebrates when it's easy, or the kind who remembers when it's hard. Ronald Araújo gave us everything when we had nothing. He was a reminder that even in the darkest times, there are still warriors willing to fight for this club. And now, when he's facing his own difficult moment, maybe it's time we remind him that we haven't forgotten. Not a defense, a reminder. Because some things shouldn't need defending. They should just be remembered. So here's what I'm asking you to do. If you've ever celebrated an Araujo tackle, if you've ever felt safer because he was on the field, if you've ever appreciated what he did during those crisis years, show it. Drop a comment of support. Share this video. Let him know that the real Barca fans remember. Let him know that we don't abandon our warriors when they stumble. And if you believe that Más que un club means something real, not just a marketing slogan, but an actual identity, then prove it. Stand by the players who stood by us. Because the next time Araujo steps onto that pitch, he should hear support, not silence. He should feel our backing, not our betrayal. That's what Barcelona is supposed to be about. That's who we're supposed to be. So let's be that.